Okay, so we're here with Matthew Jarvis, fresh from winning the match for us against Bedford at the weekend. So what was the Bedford match like for you personally?
It was an indifferent game, I suppose. Obviously we went down 21-10 early on in the second half, but I felt as a team it was good to claw it back. And when we came back, and it was good to get the win, I suppose, in the end, build a bit of momentum going into this weekend and the next couple of weeks. Obviously we've had a disappointing start to the season, but there's just little things we've had to work on in the last, say, 3 weeks. Munster, Bristol, and now up there on Sunday. I think it's been a lot of improvement from us as a team.
Excellent. So looking at some of the kicks you had against Bedford, there was some from quite some distance and some difficult angles. As a 10 in the side, do you always back yourself from particular distances?
Yeah, I suppose you have to back yourself. You have to be confident. Obviously, I missed too early on. I should probably have got, but it's just sticking to your process, I suppose, and backing yourself and thinking of all the practice you put in the week and the weeks gone by, and just having confidence really that you're going to strike it well and stick into the process. But no, it's nice to get those kicks over, I suppose. But that's my job at the end of the day. The boys win the penalties, I got to kick them, and it's nice for them to go over. And other days they may not, but no, it was enjoyable to get those kicks. But it was a great team performance. The boys won me those penalties to kick, and it was a great team performance, and especially up front. I thought we ran very well this last weekend.
Excellent. So when you're out doing your extra training for the kicking, do you have any particular visualisation techniques that you go through, or anything particular?
I wouldn't say I visualise anything personally. I just try and stay as relaxed as possible and focus on certain things like my standing foot and making sure that gets down right. But nothing major. I just put in through the practice for the week, and that's a big thing for me going into the weekend. Is just the practice I put in the week that gives me a lot of confidence going in on a Saturday or Sunday.
Excellent. And obviously being the new 10 in the side this year, how's the relationship between you and the outside backs developing?
Yes, it's obviously taken a bit of time, but I think it's coming on. There's little things that we're working on in our little units, but no, I think it's getting there. It's getting a lot better, and the last couple of weeks have been improvement on the earlier weeks. So no, it's getting good. Myself and Sean are forming a good partnership there, and obviously having Joe outside me as well. It's great to have him there, just to hit him up and things. But no, I think it's improving week on week. Obviously we're having changes here and there, but little disruptions, but that's nothing major, and no, it's going well, so we're happy.
Great. Having got that second win on the board now, what's the mood been like in camp this week?
Yeah, it's obviously nice to come in on a Monday or a Tuesday with a win. The spirits are obviously higher, but no, obviously we can build a bit of momentum, hopefully from the win there on Sunday against a decent team. They've obviously had a bad start as well, but they've had a tough start as well as us. So no, it's nice to get the win and obviously build a bit of confidence and keep the spirits high going into this weekend, which hopefully we can just build that momentum and get another win on the board. So
excellent. Thanks very much.
Yeah, no worries.